Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to this video. All right, so we are doing this video on an overheating issue on a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta. So you guys can see the coolant was drained. First of all, this is more of like a diagnosis video. I was sent out to try to diagnose the issue on this vehicle. Essentially, it was overheating every time the AC was turned on. It's been a pretty hot summer, probably like in the 90s and stuff like that, on average high 80s, 90s. Customers said that once the AC gets turned on, the vehicle overheats within, like, if they drive for like 6 miles. Now, I don't know if it overheated if the AC was turned off. Again, if you go and, I didn't have like a thorough conversation with the customer as far as, what it was happening when the AC was not turned on. But I think they told me that when the AC wasn't turned on, it was driving okay. But in any case, when I looked at the situation, I was thinking to myself, it could be a couple of things. It could be the thermostat, it could be the coolant temperature sensor, it could be the water pump, it could be the fact that maybe it's a clogged radiator or some system, one portion of the cooling system is clogged. Anyway, this 2014 Jetta does not have a radiator cap. Guys, look at the engine. There's no radiator cap. Okay, the radiator is connected to the reservoir. That's where you would fill up the radiator through the reservoir. And you guys are working on this vehicle and you guys are trying to fill it up. You guys want to take some time, pour some coolant in, fill it up, have the car constantly running, and it's going to slowly drain into the radiator. Pour some more, fill it up, and then you guys going to do it a couple of times until it just doesn't drain anymore. In any case, if you guys are looking to change up the coolant temperature sensor on this vehicle, it's not that bad. It's pretty simple. It's pretty visible actually, but I look up a video on that. I'm gonna put out a video on that. As far as the coolant is concerned, if you guys can see, I did a video on this. The coolant looked pretty, kind of cloudy, I guess. It looked kind of milky, but I was checking out the coolant and I used a paper towel to check out the coolant just to make sure that there was no engine oil in the coolant. There's a gasket leak. Normally you would get that kind of appearance in the coolant. Now I'm not 100% sure. I'm about 90% sure that the coolant was okay, because I did put a towel in the coolant. I dipped it in and it looked kind of clear from what I was looking at on the towel. Now, I've come across like a lot of coolant these days, new coolant, that look pretty cloudy, kind of milky, but turned out that there wasn't any kind of oil in the coolant contaminating the coolant. I'm not 100% sure on it. Didn't do like a lab test on it or anything like that. It's possible there might be a small amount of engine oil in the coolant. I'm not 100% sure, but in any case, the coolant temperature sensor was changed out on this. The thermostat was changed out on this, and also what didn't really change out the coolant as much as I put in the new coolant, 1 bottle of new coolant, and reuse a little bit of the old coolant, maybe like 50% of the old coolant. It wasn't 100% filled up as far as the amount of coolant in the system is concerned. But in any case, this is my second video on this. as far as the cooling system is concerned on this car. If you guys have any questions on it, definitely drop a comment in the comment section. If you guys are looking to diagnose coolant issues, as far as a connection to the AC being on, to be honest with you, if you have a cooling issue, overheating issue, I really don't think it's anything to do with AC issue being on or not. Looked at the fan. The fan was working fine. The two fans were working fine. The radiator fans are working fine. Obviously, that actually cools the condenser. Anyway, didn't have any issues with that. Looked at, actually checked out a couple of things. Made sure that the water pump was actually working, and the water pump was working. I had some concerns on that, but to be honest with you, the water pump is belt driven. It's a funny setup, but the water pump is on the other side of where the serpentine belt is, but it is in any case belt driven. It's not electrically driven. So I was thinking about changing that up, but ended up not changing it up because it was a belt driven water pump. It wasn't leaking. So, and when I put in a new coolant, it was flowing through the system. So in any case, I think maybe I think putting in the coolant temperature sensor, a new coolant temperature sensor and a thermostat probably fixed the issue. But that's my diagnosis for this car. If you guys have any issues, definitely drop a comment in the comment section. Please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, all that good stuff, guys. Take care.